Hi guys, today I'm pleased to be introducing the Formula X for Sephora nail polish collection. I was really excited when I was contacted by Sephora to do this sponsored video for the launch of this new line, and after seeing the polishes that they sent to me for review, I think you guys are really going to be excited by the whole collection too. Now, I don't have the whole collection to show you. I will be giving you an up-close look at the colors that I do have, but I wanted to also give you an overview of the entire collection. There are over 200 colors, as well as what they call the system, and also nail art treatments. And the system is available individually, but also comes in this boxed set. And you have cleanse, which is to start out with and prep your nails. You know, I always recommend to have clean, dry nails before you start your manicure. Then we have prime, which is the base coat. The pack has a little spot for you to insert your own color of choice. And then, of course, finish everything off with shine, which is their top coat. And while it's not specifically a fast drying top coat, it dries pretty fast. If you are looking for an even faster drying time, then part of their treatment line includes a nail drying spray as well as drying drops. They also have a ridge filling base coat if you need something like that to hide your nail ridges. They have cuticle oil, nail hydrator, and of course polish remover, because once you put it on, you're going to have to take it off. The collection also includes the ASAP 3D appliques, which are real nail polish appliques that don't just have a design, they actually have a texture to them. So if you're not into creating your own nail art, you can look into those and have instant nail art. And this is a collection that is really, you know, the next in nail. It's got a lot of shine, it's got a lot of staying power, and one of the lines that really stood out to me from the promotional material is that Formula X fuses art and science to feed the imagination of nail play. And to me, that's what nail polish and nail art is all about. It's about playing, it's about having fun, and so many of these colors are really fun. The finishes are really fun, and I'll just go over briefly kind of the different categories within this collection. There are the colors, which are broken into two sections, which are the classics and the new naturals, the new neutrals. And those are more your traditional creams and shimmers. And then there are the effects, and those get into more interesting, in my opinion, finishes. There are the brilliants, which are multi-glitters. The celestials, some of which I'll be showing you, which are micro glitters. There are the chromes, which are like a really shiny metallic. The holograms, which are holographic colors. The lusters, which are kind of different size glitters, all within the same polish. The shifters, which are duochrome polishes. The sparklers, which are like a 3D metallic glitter combination. The super watts, which are macro glitters, so they have that really chunky glitter look. The translucent, which is just like, they're like washes of color, so they can alter other colors in the collection just enough to make a little bit of difference and give you an even wider range. The transformers, which are still going to be sheer but have a little bit more color and more effect to them as a top coat. The explosives, which are like a confetti glitter, so you're going to have different sizes and shapes of glitter within the same polish. And the electrics, which are a range of neon colors. So now I'm going to give you guys a close-up look at the colors that Sephora sent out to me. I'm going to start out with the two that I ended up using for the tutorial that's coming. This is Pyrotechnic, and it's just a very bright fire engine red. You know, if you want that red polish, this would be a great go-to color. And then the teardrops I did with Sparklebomb, which is this gold, and actually looks like it has a little bit of silver in there too, micro glitter. The other classics that I received, this is White Matter, which is your basic white cream. Then we have Gray Matter, which is a gray cream, and I'd say that's a true gray. It's not leaning brown, it's not leaning blue, it's gray. And then the black cream is called Dark Matter. And I was considering using the black and white for my tutorial, so I did actually do some testing with those, and I can tell you that they're very opaque. Probably could, in a lot of cases, get away with just one coat, and that's the case with a lot of polishes in this collection. So this purple shimmer is Pedal to the Metal. You guys know purple is my favorite color, and this is a really beautiful one. Then we have this turquoise, which is called Enigma. It's just a turquoise cream. We have Ignite, which is a darker red, kind of almost a maroon, really great for fall. And then this very bright Push the Limits, and this is like a bright coral shade. Then on to the Celestials. This is Intergalactic. It's like a kind of pinky gold or golden pink, depending on your preference. Then we have Nova, which is a really juicy, sparkly red. This is Astonishing, the purple micro glitter. Then we have Vortex, which at first glimpse just looks like a blue glitter, but if you really get closer and get a good look at it, you can see there's a little bit of green in there too. Then we have Celestial, the turquoise glitter, and I think that would do really well with the turquoise cream if you were so inclined to match those up and do some nail art with those together. And then finally I have Extraterrestrial, which is like a blackened, slightly greenish gold, and that's a really just kind of fun, vampy glitter. Would be great for Halloween, which is right around the corner. And you guys know I really like dark colors. Every now and then I'll go bright, but if you were to ask my preference, I would go dark. So that's one of the favorites of the ones that I received. I was also at the mall the other day, and all I can say is the in-store display is beautiful. I mean, if you're a polish addict like I am, and I think a lot of you guys are, you have to go see it. I mean, it's like all the polishes. You just want to play with it, and you can, because they actually provide these little clear, like testers. They have an outline of a finger and a fingernail on it. You can paint the polish on there and then put it over your own finger so you can see what the color looks like with your skin tone. If you don't live near to a Sephora, you can check out all the colors as well as some inspirational nail art on formulax.com. And of course, if you want to pick any of them up, they're also available to purchase on Sephora.com. So I'm going to move into the tutorial. If you guys would like to see how I did this design, it's pretty easy, but you could even make it easier by just sticking with plain dots rather than the teardrops. Or if you wanted to make it a little more intricate, you could put an accent on top of the teardrop. I think an accent in the base color red would be cool, or even to do like a little black dot accent. But you know, I always say that nail art is up to your personal preference, so feel free to play around with the concept and make it whatever would be your favorite. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Alright, so we're going to get started with just a plain bare nail. And I do have a patch on my ring finger if you're thinking that looks a little bit shiny. And the first thing I'm going to do is to prep my nail with the cleanse, which is step 1 of the system. And what that's going to do is just get rid of any little residue that may be left on your nail. And you can go ahead and apply it just like you would any kind of polish or base coat. And it'll just make sure that your nails are super clean and give you a good adhesion for the base coat and help your manicure last longer. The next step in the system is going to be prime, and that's the sticky base coat. And I'm pretty sure this red tint isn't really going to show up on the nail. It just kind of helps you tell the different parts of the system apart. But you just want to go ahead and apply that like you would your normal base coat. The base coat doesn't take very long to dry. Usually by the time I finished my second hand, give it just, another minute or so, and you're ready to apply your color. For my base color, I'm going to be using Pyrotechnic, which is this bright red, and so I'm just going to go ahead and apply that on my nails. Now, if you have shorter nails, I really think you could probably get away with just one coat of this polish. But since I do have longer nails, at certain angles I can still see a little bit of the line where my free edge meets the nail bed. So I'm going to give this a few minutes to dry and then apply a second coat. So as I was applying my base color, you guys could see how smooth and really opaque this Formula X polish goes on. It also dries to a pretty glossy finish even without top coat, and it dries pretty fast. So once it is fairly dry, you can start on your teardrops. I'm going to be using Sparklebomb, which is one of the micro glitter colors. And I'm going to be using my dotting tool that has this weird little elbow to it, and as usual just putting my polish out on a piece of scratch paper. You don't want to put out too much polish because you don't want it to dry as you're working, but you want it to be, a decent sized amount, enough so that you can kind of get in there with your dotting tool and almost scoop it a little bit. Then what you're going to want to do is dot and then give that dot a little pull. And that's going to create the teardrop shape. And if you don't get it right the first time, you can kind of go back with a little more polish and give it another pull if you need to make it a little bigger. So if you want to practice a couple times on your scratch paper, go ahead even before you start your manicure, if that helps you out. And then once you're confident you have it down, go ahead and get started on your nails. So I'm going to start out by adding some teardrops to the tip of my nail. I'm going to start off on one side, give it a dot, and then pull toward the center. And the other side, dot, and pull toward the center. Then I'm going to go down the center of my nail, dot, and pull toward the tip. Like I said, if you don't get quite enough on there, just add a little more, give it another pull. And I think I like that. They're pretty even. And, I was planning on doing another teardrop, but I think I've just changed my mind toward my cuticle. I'm just going to add 2 regular dots to complete the design. So that's the look that I'm going for, and I'm going to continue on the rest of my nails. Now, once you're done, if you're a perfectionist like me, you can actually go back in and even things out a little. I'm going to be using my tiniest dotting tool. You could also use a small brush, and just a couple places where I feel like it's uneven, I'm going to be adding a little bit more of the gold, with the exception of on my middle finger, where I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of the red and make a little correction in the middle, like that. I'm not sure if you guys even can notice that, but as you probably know by now, I'm a perfectionist. So a lot of times after I do the initial design, I'll go back and do just a little bit of touching up. Once the teardrops and the dots are mostly dry, I'm going to finish off with Shine, the Formula X top coat. And that will smooth everything out. That'll smooth out the teardrops. That'll smooth out the dots. That'll smooth out any little corrections that you may have need to make. And we'll finish everything off with a really nice high shine. So here's the finished look, and like I said, the top coat really smooths everything out, camouflages any of those little corrections you may have made, and I'd love to hear what you guys think down below in the comments, both on this look as well as the Formula X collection overall. If you'd like to pick up some for yourself, it's available in Sephora stores as well as at Sephora.com. And if you're looking for more nail art, maybe a little bit of inspiration, be sure to check out formulax.com. So I hope you guys all enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching.